Hey guys, and welcome back to What's the Word with your host, Elon. And today we have a special guest.
Hi, my name is Cee.
Beaming with you and swimming in deep water. Save me from my sorrows. Swimming in deep. Just some pieces I need. So why can't I get that for free? Tell me I can trust you. Don't die. Never really else is toast for a nigga.
And today we're going to be collaborating on doing a video on everything that's going on. Black Lives Matter.
Protesting.
Also going to give you guys ways to, we're going to explain ways that we kind of
Cope with
what's going on.
Yeah.
As well as, mental health. Mental health, guys.
Yes. Systematic racism.
We're also going to get into defunding police. Damn.
Yeah,
we're gonna get into a lot.
We're gonna get into a whole lot. So
we're gonna be talking about
get your
today.
snacks, get your things, whatever that's gonna
get
make
your little, y'all still got your quarantine snacks left over. So
yeah, so just get comfortable. So I feel like, do you want to just get straight into it?
Yeah, let's jump into the point. Bow bow.
All right. Anyway.
So, okay, everything that's going on.
How do you feel? Again, we're not going to really get into politics about what's going on about George Floyd. We want to just, say rest in peace to him, rest in peace to
everyone.
Anyone who has been a victim of police brutality, whether you made it out or you didn't, because a lot of us aren't fortunate to make it out of that. So, we want to show our appreciation and we want to show
our highest gratitude.
And our highest gratitude to those people, to those families. But this video is more so going to be opposite. It's going to be more of a cheer, but an awareness. Yeah. Because there's certain topics in the Black community that we don't speak on, and these are the topics that we want to touch on. Yeah. So, touching on the first topic is more so, how do you feel right now with everything going on?
I'm about to wipe my eyebrows off. I ain't got much. Every day you turn on the TV, it's always something new. It's always a new hashtag. It's always a new, it's just overwhelming. I would say in one word, everything just overwhelming.
It's more so, I feel like every time that I turn on the TV, it's kind of like looking at your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, because it could very well be your cousin, your brother, your sister. So it's like, God forbid, so me looking at it is making me want to fight even harder to make sure that I'm not next, that my family isn't next. But it also wants me to also make sure that my fellow Black brothers and sisters aren't next either. So how do we move forward? How do we make this better? That's more so where I'm at. I'm not being fearful, I'm being cautious, but I also want to make sure that my brain is like, okay, what can we do? How can we make this better?
What's the next step?
What's the next step, So, I mean, because we have notes here.
We have notes. So, if you see us looking down, it's because we want to make sure that we're touching on everything and we're
staying on task.
Yeah.
Not getting into
with this, you can talk about one thing and then boom,
and then lead into whole many different things. So, mental health.
Mental health.
Please take care of yourselves. Please. If you even have to just take a morning jog in the morning, please.
Yeah, honestly, when everything was going on, so personally for me, I took a break. I took a step back from social media. I literally just deleted my social media for a good week. And I just went outside. I just turned off. Yeah, got fresh air. I went on a little jog. I just couldn't see it anymore because it just was mentally draining. And I just felt every day I'll just wake up and just be depressed. And I'm like, why the heck am I sad?
Yeah, why are you depressed?
Why do I feel you feel heavy?
You feel heavy. And also one thing I kind of want to touch on with mental health awareness is also acknowledging the problem.
Yeah.
A lot of the times I understand that you want to live your life, but I just want people to understand that from this day moving forward, what we knew before 2020, that's gone. this is a whole new generation. This is a whole new movement. We shouldn't want to go back to normal, because what is normal?
There is no normal.
There is no
There is
normal.
none.
So, you should want this change. You should want to move forward. You should want revolution. You should want people to be out there protesting, because the same way that our ancestors protested, this is how this new generation, we got to follow in their footsteps. Because if we want change, we have to be the change that we want to see. So
we gotta be the change we wanna see.
That should be a song.
That should be a song.
That was good.
I know that a lot of you guys like, how they like, we're smiling, we're trying to, because we don't want to be like.
Yeah, we don't want to be sad. That's
Yeah,
why
you
we're
don't
not
wanna
going to
be
talk about the
sad.
politics of
Yeah.
what's going on. We just want to more so make sure we just want to uplift you.
Uplift you, give you a good like vibe, and make sure that you watch it. You just feel good, It's not bringing you down or you're feeling away. These are just ways to help you.
Mental health awareness. We want to talk about like self-love.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's very important for Black people to have self-love. It's also important for when Black kids are growing up, that their parents are teaching them, telling them that they're beautiful, telling them that they can be anything they want to be, that they can be, they don't have to be what society tells them to be. What's your take on self-love?
I am like, I think I'm like, I would say queen or like princess, because I'm getting there myself. Like, I'm growing. As you grow, you get to know yourself a little more. For me, I feel like self-love is so important. Like, without it, you just won't get anywhere. If you don't love yourself, no one's gonna treat you how you want to be treated. No one's gonna show you the respect that you deserve until you like let yourself know, like, you good. You deserve this. You deserve everything that you want in life. And that is like the most biggest thing that us as a Black community need to really, really recognize. Like, say these kinky hair, your coils, love them.
Come on, love
embrace it.
Love
Embrace your hair. Embrace your beautiful melanin. Embrace your skin. And one thing that I would also say with self-love is don't put yourself against anybody.
Do not compare yourself.
Don't
Please,
compare yourself to
don't
anyone.
compare yourself.
Don't say, oh, but she's light skinned and this and that. That's another thing. We need to stop doing that.
Yes.
Like, we're all Black. It doesn't matter.
Let's touch on that real
quick. Look at the tangent.
Yeah. Let's go, because we have to go on the tangent right now. Like, I hate the light skin, brown skin, dark skin thing in the Black community. I feel like it's very
it's low. I don't want to give the wrong term, but is it like kind of like prejudice?
I wouldn't say prejudice. It's right? Colorist. It's very colorist. Oh, you're acting light skinned. How do you act the skin color? I don't get it. And we also have to understand that this.
I used to get that too when I was like in like school. They used to be like, "Oh, you're an Oreo," but that's a whole.
Thing.
That's
oh my god, that
thing.
actually ties into it though.
Yeah,
because
oh, you're an Oreo because you talk so proper, and I was like,
but what is proper talking?
Yeah. That's my Black sister. Regardless, regardless of your skin tone, regardless of what, if a police comes up to you, they're gonna do the same thing, regardless if you're light skin or dark skin. They know that you're Black. That's it.
And just to touch on self-love a little bit too, I think a lot of times what we don't realize is that we always put, like, it's kind of like white is the default race.
Yes.
We put, again, not trying to get into politics or trying to offend anyone, but this is just what it is right now. We subconsciously, people of color, we always say, this is ghetto, that a Black person is doing it, but then now we see that same white person doing it on TikTok. It's now a trend. It's now.
Look at the
but we promote that. We love it. A white boy can dance. Oh my God, let's invite him to the cookout.
But that's us though.
That's us. That's what I'm saying. But we don't understand that that's a part of self. Like
that is. Yeah. You're right.
Because we subconsciously do it all the time. And I'm not saying that you can't get props, but we don't get it in return.
Yeah.
So until we get it in return, we won't big up that same Black boy that's killing it.
Yeah.
But we gonna pick up a white boy killing it because we feel like white is right. And we subconsciously do it and we don't realize.
We don't. I feel like we just do it because I feel like we don't look at race.
We don't.
And that's the thing.
But think about it, because we are the human race.
Exactly.
We don't see it because we are the human race.
Just like Drops the mic on them. Unifying our community.
Yes,
showing love.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have to unify the community.
Yeah.
Why is it that the only time we come together as people is for a parade or when somebody dies by the police? We need to start also having more community centers, having more places for young Black kids to go to. Also, history lessons, unifying the community through our history, because the same way, a lot of times people always like to say like, oh, like, I come off as a cocky individual. When you know your history and you know what you stand for and you know where you're going in life, you can speak on that and it just exudes off of you. I don't even have to say anything. You know, when I walk into a room, I consider myself a king because I carry myself like a king. You know what I'm saying? And you should too. You should never be feeling threatened by the next man.
Yeah, don't ever let anybody put fear in your heart about anything.
Also important for people to know the history, and which is the next topic we're going to get into, is systematic racism. Okay. How do I put this in a way where this doesn't come off to offend anyone, but it's very hard to grow in a place where the laws are put in place for people of color to not succeed. And I cannot repeat this enough. A lot of the times, a lot of people like to say, oh, well, they do have the same opportunity as we do. They do have these things put in place. You're absolutely wrong. Because the same way, if you can say that the way we're wearing our hair, like this right now, the way we're wearing our hair, this is considered unprofessional.
Yeah.
So we would not get a corporate job if we walked into a job interview with our hairstyles.
I think laws like these that are being passed will help change company cultures.
I just grew up straightening my hair. I think starting in like 2nd or 3rd grade, my mom stopped braiding it for me every day and was like, we're gonna straighten it.
But this is actually how our hair grows. This is naturally our hair. So I can get a job because of my hairstyle, but I have the accolades, I have the degree, I have the education, I have the work experience. So I can't get that job because of my hairstyle.
Same thing. Remember like how they be like, oh, on the job application, they be like, are you Black, white?
Why does that matter? Let's talk about it. Why does it matter?
Why does it matter my race? If I have the same qualifications as whoever it is, it shouldn't matter my ethnicity. It shouldn't matter my race. It just hire me off of my qualifications.
Right. Or what about the people, systematic also affects the people that don't even have the opportunity to go to a job interview. Because think about it. We have communities that have what you would call the ghettos, the hood. Think about it. It's a very crabs in a barrel type mentality. If you're living in a community where you're living in low income housing and you don't have enough money, you're on welfare, you're on Section 8, you're on these things, and you don't have the means to buy what you want to buy, but now you see somebody in the street with a new pair of J's, but your mother is struggling with rent, so she can't buy you those J's. So now you're thinking in your head, how do I take this off this boy's feet? You know what I'm saying? So systematic racism is putting people that already can't succeed in the same environments.
It basically puts you in a box.
In a box, basically.
Yeah, it's like you're in a box and you're just like boxed in. Like that's why like a lot of like housing, if you notice, the way that they're set up is to box them in and keep them there. They don't want them.
Animals, like projects. Projects are literally like jungles.
They just keep them there, and it's like, why would you do that? And that's like a lot of people, sad to say, they stay there. They stay in that box.
And that's all they know, because that's all they've been taught. The school systems, the books, old.
Oh, we about to get into DOE. I thought y'all was slick.
Yeah, like,
oh, we about to get y'all
we really
real quick. But we can actually talk about that right now, low-key.
Yeah, we can low-key talk about that.
So, we did a little research.
Yeah.
And we were doing like okay, so everyone was saying how we should defund the police and put it towards education.
Right. And what's the number?
Hold on. It was, I have a calculator. It's the DOE has $24 billion. Billion. for schools. Where's that money going?
Where's it going? The lunch is horrible.
The
Let's just talk
schools
about that.
don't have much like computers, don't have much books, don't have much, what is it called?
Information in the books. Very.
They don't even have much resources. Like some schools that I live near, like I live by, they don't even have like proper resources. Like when they want to go into like their career paths, they don't even have that. Like, oh, I want to be a dentist, but I can't because like no one's offering me that. No one's showing me like I can do that. Like, what? When the school,
We as Black people do it to each other, but it's even harder when other races do it to us because then now we don't have a say.
yeah,
This is why systematic racism is a thing, and that's why a lot of times you hear the term Black people can't be racist. That does not mean that we can't be prejudiced. It just means we can't be racist because
Yeah.
we're not in the position of power to stop anybody from getting jobs, stop anybody's bags. We don't have that power.
We don't.
If we call corporate America right now to get Susan fired from her job, they're gonna look at us and be like, "Oh yeah, okay."
yeah, they're gonna
like,
just.
Mama, we have to work in numbers for us to get stuff done. If
can't work
we
by
don't,
yourself.
we can't work by ourselves. But yet, if I rob a bank today or tomorrow, that means all Black people rob the bank. So it's like we also still have to hold like it's so
We
like we
do.
can't do anything. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because then now we're the face of every Black person, but we're not the face of every Black person when it comes to us being successful.
That's a fact.
If a Black man becomes a doctor, nobody's gonna look at all Black men being doctors. You're just gonna
They
think about
looked
that
at
one.
the
The negative. But then now a mother tries to put her child in another school and she's arrested for trying to give her child a better life.
Because it's in the wrong school zone. What?
Like how do we defund the police? How do we make sure that the DOE does what they're supposed to do with the money that's provided? How do we start that?
I feel like we all need, like, they need to take more accountability. Like, we need to see
Where that money
is going.
Because obviously it's not going to the school system. The lunch is horrible.
the lunch is
It's not. I feel like a lot of the time certain Black people see it as, oh well, at this point, you know, we're just being too like certain people say like we're being too, like we're asking for too much. Oh, we get the same opportunities and stuff like that. A lot of the times what we also have to realize is that in New York City we're also very privileged. So yes, we may not have certain opportunities as maybe somebody in the Hamptons, but let's think about the people that's like born in like certain parts of Compton, South Africa, like in certain other places where they don't even have the proper schooling. They don't even have a school. Where now you come outside of your house and it's needles on the floor, it's crack houses on every corner. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very hard for you to focus to get to school. So we're very fortunate where, yeah, we see a little bit of that, but it's not an everyday thing where this is consuming us.
Yeah.
So we just have to be more mindful that there are people out there that go through it way worse.
Yeah, they're way worse. And another thing, I keep going back to schools because DOE, you really played us. You played us. But I would say, when it comes to schools, right? So some kids don't even, like, I don't know if you know, but like some people are like the first to graduate from like their families, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, but how? But how is this and this and that? But if you really put it together, like the system is against them too.
Right.
Like a lot of these kids, they grow up in situations where, okay, it's a single parent home
Right.
because the system took their father away.
Mm-hmm.
The system either took their mother away. And it's like,
For a petty drug charge.
exactly.
You just want to talk about, back on the topic. We went on a little tangent. You want to talk about the last topic for this because this is part 1 of the video. We're going to talk about supporting Black businesses.
Yeah.
What is it about supporting Black businesses to you that you feel will help the Black community?
Okay, so when I say support my business, I mean support. A lot of my skincare products that I use, shout out Ancient Cosmetics, Moon Cosmetics. I use y'all skin products and y'all body butter. I love y'all. I just, anything Black pro, I just always support it because it's like, I know how hard it is. I know how hard it is to try to start a business, how hard it is to do all that stuff. It's hard.
It is
so
hard.
when I see like my little brother, my sister, I'm like, yeah, I'm with you. Like this shirt right here. I don't know if y'all can see this, but this is also from a black owned company. It's called Bucktown Knits. I'm gonna put the link in below, and we're also gonna put down some black owned hair companies,
yes,
shirts, whatever you guys need.
I'll even show that in the video here.
Yeah, we're gonna like put them down below, show them everything. Support, like support is honestly free, and I feel like people don't do it enough. Like they'll say, oh, I'll buy your stuff, but they don't buy it.
I just want to go a little bit more into depth. Okay,
with that,
supporting black businesses is really real, because I feel like we as black people kind of don't support.
We neglect. We do.
We neglect it. We neglect it. I feel like the only time you support black businesses is when it pertains to like food.
Yeah.
Or
like clothing wise, we don't. Like we'll support like Fashion Nova.
Think about it.
Even though they steal from black designers, guys. They steal from black designers. Fashion Nova steals from black designers all the time.
I also wanted to touch on it too, is like how when we walk into like a white business, how we could see something expensive and we'll pay for it. We'll complain about it, but we'll pay for it. But we walk into a black business and we'll
be like, oh, but that's too much.
That's too much. Oh, I can't get a discount. Oh, I can't get this. It's like, you shouldn't have to ask for a discount. You should want to pay that because you know that this person had to work 10 times hard to make this business. Then that white man, if you was to steal everything out of that store, he could replace it tomorrow. You do that as a black business, it's going to take them 10, 20 years to rebuild that.
Exactly. I was going to touch on the topic that we said we was going to touch on because it was like so perfect, but I was like,
what?
The black people, you know, black people, there's a line everyone keeps saying, like the black people keep killing black people. Justify.
About black on black crime, using black on black crime as a way to justify police brutality. Yes, black on black crime is
it's a thing.
It's a thing because when we look at the statistics of it, because I see a lot of times white people always say, well, they are victims of police brutality as well. And my response is always saying that when you look at the percentage of black Americans in America, we only make up between 12% to 17%. We don't make up a lot of America. So when we think about it, the percentages of police brutality happen to us versus white people, it's very like, okay, if there's 12% of black Americans and we're the most ones that's getting police brutality, that's a lot.
It is.
That's like you're trying to wipe us off
the face of the earth.
Yeah, like wipe us out of America, you know what I'm saying? So that's more so where it is. So then now when you put it that way, black on black crime would be an even bigger issue than we think, because not only are they trying to kill us, but we're killing us.
Yeah.
So the numbers are dropping even lower, you know what I'm saying? So that, now that I look at it that way, I can step back and say, okay, black on black crime is a thing, but that still doesn't mean you use that as an excuse, because that's two separate problems.
Yeah.
But I do agree. The same way we march for George Floyd and all those people, we need to march for our fallen brothers and sisters who got shot down last night for a dice game. Or he got shot over a pair of J's. We need to march for those same things. Yeah. Is that it for part one? I think that's it for part one.
That's it for part one.